Attention, Washington Commanders fans. We've got fresh and sizzling news you won't want to miss. Training camp has kicked off, and the excitement is through the roof. Stay tuned, because what's coming will have you jumping out of your seats. First up, let's talk about the highly anticipated debut of our second-round rookie. Yeah, player everyone's itching to see in action. What can we expect from his first appearance on the field? Don't go anywhere to find out. But that's not all. This camp isn't just about new players. We've got 4 key objectives our team must achieve to set the course for success. How do our coaches and management plan to turn our weaknesses into strength? Stick around till the end to get the scoop. And if you think that's it, you're wrong. The Washington Commanders are climbing the ranks in the NFL power rankings. This rise is generating a level of excitement and anticipation we haven't seen in years. What does this mean for our 2024 season? We've got all the analysis, so don't forget to subscribe to the channel and drop a like to make sure you don't miss a second of these game-changing updates for our Commanders. Let's go, Commanders Nation! This is our moment. The Washington Commanders training camp just kicked off, and we've already got bombshells that are going to shake the stadium. Are you ready? Because I sure am. First, let's talk about Jer'Zhan Newton, our second-round rookie. Remember all those rumors about his foot injury? I've got fresh news. Newton not only showed up on the field today, but he also participated in individual drills. That's right, folks. The kid is back and looking confident. Now I ask you, is this enough? Do we really think a few individual drills are the answer to our prayers? I say this, it's a start, but we need more. Newton was picked to complement Allen and Payne, not to be a glorified spectator. Let's move on to the hot topic. Quarterback battle. Daniels and Mariota are rotating reps with the first team. Surprised? I'm not. Coach Quinn is playing his cards carefully, and I think it's the right call. But here's the interesting part. Daniels completed all 4 of his passes in the 11-on-11 and threw a touchdown to Brian Robinson Jr. Now I ask you, are we witnessing the birth of a new era in Washington? Because let me tell you, that touchdown pass was no fluke. It was precise, it was smart, and it showed that Daniels has what it takes to operate in tight spaces. And speaking of that pass, let me tell you why it was the play of the day. Not just for its precision, for what it represents. Many have questioned Daniels' ability to handle the intermediate game, especially in the red zone. But today, folks, he gave us a glimpse of what he can do. I think we're onto something big here. Daniels isn't just showing off his arm, he's showing off his mind. He's reading the defense, making smart decisions, and executing with precision. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. One good day doesn't make a season, and it certainly doesn't make a franchise quarterback. What we need to see is consistency. We need to see Daniels do this day in and day out, week after week. And here's my final point. The Washington Commanders are at a crossroads. We've got young talent, seasoned veterans, and a new system. What we do now will define our future. So Commanders fans, I ask you, what do you expect to see in this training camp? Do you think Daniels has what it takes to be our quarterback of the future? Or should we bet on Mariota's experience? Remember, it's not just about talent. It's about who can lead this team to success. Who has that X factor that can transform the Commanders from contenders to champions? And speaking of transformations, let's get back to Newton for a moment. I say this, his return isn't just about him. It's about our entire defensive line. Can you imagine what he could do alongside Allen and Payne? We're talking about a potential impenetrable wall. But I ask you, are we putting too much pressure on a rookie? Or is this the spark we need to ignite our defense? Now, let's get into something that has me intrigued. The rotation on offense. We saw Daniels and Mariota alternating with the first team. Some might call this indecision on the coach's part. But I think it's something more. It's a real competition, giving each one a chance to prove their worth. And let me tell you, this competition isn't just good for Daniels and Mariota. It's good for the whole team. Why? Because it raises everyone's level of play. When your quarterbacks are competing, everyone's on high alert. But here's the crux of the matter. How long can we keep this rotation? I say, we can't go into the regular season without a defined quarterback. We need someone to take the reins, and soon. And speaking of taking the reins, what about Brian Robinson Jr.? That touchdown he caught from Daniels wasn't pure luck. It shows he's ready to take the next step. I think we might be witnessing the birth of a lethal connection between Daniels and Robinson. But now I ask you, is it enough to have a good connection between quarterback and running back? Or do we need to see more involvement from our receivers? Look, the training camp is just beginning, and we've already got more questions than answers. But that's what's exciting. We're watching the future of the Commanders unfold before our eyes. So Commanders fans, keep your eyes peeled, because every practice, every play, every decision made in this camp could be the difference between another mediocre season, a playoff run. And here's my bold prediction. If Daniels can maintain the level he showed today, if Newton can seamlessly integrate into the defense, and if Robinson continues to develop as he has, we could be in for the most exciting Commanders season in years. But don't get complacent. Road to success is filled with obstacles. We need to see consistency. We need to see leadership. And above all, we need to see the hunger for victory. Let's cut to the chase. Training camp is here, and we've got four crucial objectives to achieve. And you know what? I believe the future of our franchise hinges on this. No exaggeration. The plain truth. First, let's talk about Johnny Newton. This guy is a beast on the defensive line, but where the heck are we going to put him? We've got Allen and Payne as our pillars, right? So I ask you, how are we going to utilize Newton's talent? Joe Witt Jr. has to get creative here. We need to see Newton in different positions. Try him out in various situations. This is the time to experiment, folks. We can't waste this talent. Now, on to the offense. Who's going to be our fourth receiver? We've got McLaurin, Dotson, and McCaffrey, but we need more. I'll tell you this. Competition in camp is going to be fierce. Brown, Milne, Zacchaeus, Crowder, they all want that spot. And I ask you, who do you think deserves it? Kingsbury needs options, and whoever wins that spot has to produce immediately. But let's get to the main course. Jayden Daniels. Our future, our hope. The kid's got talent, no doubt about it. But listen up, he needs time. Camp is crucial for him. He has to adapt to the NFL pace, learn Kingsbury's system. I think we'll see flashes of greatness, but there will be mistakes too. And that's okay, part of the process. But let me warn you, don't expect miracles overnight. And lastly, but certainly not least, the left tackle. Folks, ever since Trent Williams left, that position has been a disaster. And I ask you, how do we expect Daniels to shine if he can't trust his protection? We've got Lucas and Coleman competing for the spot. I think this camp will determine a lot. Do we bet on experience or youthful potential? It's a crucial decision. Now, let me be clear. This team is in rebuild mode. Don't expect miracles this season. But what you can expect is progress, development, and above all, a clear direction. Quinn and Peters have a vision, and this camp is the first step in making it a reality. And now I ask you, loyal Commanders fans, which of these four objectives do you think is the most crucial for the team's future? Newton's integration, finding that fourth receiver, Daniels' development, or securing that left tackle? Leave me your comments, I want to know what you think. Because at the end of the day, this team belongs to you. Fans, Bleacher Report, those so-called experts, have ranked us 27th out of 32 teams. Can you believe it? 27th place? I ask you, is this fair to our team? Now I get it. We're coming off a season to forget. We were the second worst team in the league, no denying that. But let me tell you something. This is not the same team as last year. No, sir. We've got a new general manager, a new head coach, and a new quarterback. And you know what else we have? Cap space and draft. Plenty of both. I'm telling you, with these ingredients, we can cook up something special. But of course, the experts don't see it that way. They say we have the worst offensive line in the league. And what about our issues with edge rushers? Yeah, I get it. But I ask you, didn't we bring in Austin Eckler for our offense? Don't we now have Bobby Wagner and Frankie Louvu on defense? Let's be honest, everything hinges on how Jayden Daniels adapts to the NFL. There will be ups and downs, that's for sure. But I believe this kid has something special. You know what's most important about all this? Change. We're finally doing something different. It's about time, don't you think? As doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results is the definition of insanity. So now I ask you, loyal Commanders fans, do you think we deserve to be ranked 27th? Or do you think these experts are underestimating us? I think they're underestimating us. Yes, we have a lot of work ahead. Yes, there's uncertainty, but there's also potential. And I'm telling you this, I wouldn't be surprised if by the end of the season, All these experts have to eat their words, because this team, with all its new pieces, can surprise everyone. And I'll be here week after week to tell you all about it. So stay tuned, because this year, the Washington Commanders are going to make waves. And I'll be here to say, I told you so. All right, Commanders family, it's time for the real deal. We've covered a lot of ground today, haven't we? From training camp to NFL rankings and our key objectives for the season. Now, I need you to put on your helmets and get ready for action, because I need your take on this. First, let's talk about our future quarterback. You have faith that Jaden Daniels will be our franchise QB? Or do you think we should give Mariota a shot? Come on, don't be shy. Drop your comments below. Second, what do you think about those rankings placing us at 27th? Is it fair, or are we being underestimated? I think we're being underrated. I want to hear what you think. And third, of the 4 objectives we discussed, integrating Newton, finding a 4th receiver, developing Daniels, or securing that left tackle, which do you believe is most crucial for our future? Let's see those comments burning with passion for our team. Now listen up, Commanders Nation. This channel is more than just news and opinions. It's a family. It's our community. And we need each and every one of you to be a part of it. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button right now. Why? Because together, we are stronger. Together, we can take this team to the top. And remember, every time you subscribe, every time you comment, you're fueling the fire that drives our team. You're showing the world that the Commanders are not just a team, we're a nation. So you know what to do. Subscribe, comment, share. Let's make this channel as unstoppable as we want our team to be on the field. And with that, I'll sign off for today. But don't worry, I'll be back soon with more news, more analysis, and of course, more hot takes on our Commanders. Because if there's one thing I've got, it's opinions on this team we all love so much. And remember, hail to the Redskins.